Insight from the inside, live from the inside, streaming live. As always, for those of you who don't know, if you have any questions, I cannot answer them until the next time because I am on a phone on the wall in prison. Therefore, I cannot see what you're typing until my fiance tells me on the next phone call, and I will get them. And with that, let's go ahead. Well, I was watching a piece of a clip of the movie Shawshank Redemption yesterday, and it was the part when the librarian guy, he went home, he got released on parole. And he had been down for so long, he didn't want to get released. He was nervous, he was scared. So they set him up at a halfway house and gave him a job at the food mart. At first, they were giving him a hard time at the food mart because he was a criminal. They didn't trust him. They just watched him all the time. But then things got a little bit easier. But on the outside, it got a little bit easier. But on the inside, psychologically, it was getting harder and harder for him. He was saying he had thoughts about getting a gun and robbing the job he worked at and shooting the man just to get sent back to prison where he was comfortable at, where he was somebody. He was somebody in prison. He was a librarian. He had purpose in prison. He was someone that people needed. On the outside, in the free world, he was free, but yet he was nobody. He was a no one. And he wrote a letter back to the prison for agents. And the Morgan Freeman character, he's describing this to them. And he hung himself at the halfway house. And Morgan Freeman character said he should have died here, where he belonged. And that just got me thinking, and that's a true reality, man. It's not talked about a lot. People, it's forbidden, it's taboo. Or it's either ignored. I see it a lot. I see it a lot. I know it's different forms of institutionalized. That's one form of feeling the importance of sometimes being institutionalized and feeling like you're an important inmate. The facility cannot be ran without you. Or another form is being used to being a controlled movement. That's how I was. But I got here, where I'm at now, is free movement. Like, you don't have to walk in straight lines with your hands behind your back. You ain't got cars and dogs following you everywhere you go. But I got here, I was so uncomfortable at one point. I went to the counselor and I asked him, can he send me back to a higher level? And I talked to my mom about it, and she told me, she was like, baby, you just institutionalized. You've been in there since you was a teenager. You're used to being in control. This is your first time on a lower level where it's none of that. And the time I got, I think about, man, if I had to do all this time, when the day comes for me to be released, will I be scared? Will I be able to handle the world? Will I take my life? You know, it's just things that I thought about when I see that clip. I think about people getting released. I done seen the man, but he was there for so long. He had a mandatory transfer because his force was so low he couldn't be at this high level. He cried because he didn't want to go nowhere else because he was so comfortable there. Even here where I'm at, I'm in a situation for the jail partner. He's been here so long and his job is, he's involved in a lot of the daily runnings of the prison that he feels that if he don't go to work, he's punishing them. If he can't get his way, he feel like he gonna refuse. They call him to go to work, he refused because he feel like that's punishing the prison, the administrative staff. That's institutionalized. Or another form of institutionalized is when you cherish this stuff, with these soups and chips and clothes and stuff you buy on compensate mean so much to you that you lie to your family members so that you can buy that stuff. Tell them you need money for this and that, you spend it on other stuff. You get so when you spend so much time, it's being looked at you're human and you get a position where you feel like you have some control over what you're doing or what goes on around you, it's natural for you to feel like you are someone, you are something. And here, you have no power, no control over nothing. So the minute you get it, it kind of boosts your ego. And sometimes it goes to your head, and that's when we become institutionalized. Sometimes people take it out there with them, like that man did in that movie. And he hung himself, you know. It's just sad, man. It really is. You sit up in here for so long, and I don't think you really can know what this is like, man. When the judge sentences us to be in here for this long, you know, he doesn't understand the psychological effects that it have on the brain, on the human. He can be told about all the studies he wrote, but until you live it, man, you never know. You never know. You know, I stay in a statement, I thought about, you know, when I go home, will I be able to do this, will I kill myself? I don't want anyone thinking that that's something on my mind, because it's not. It's just, I'm thinking, like, how would it really be? You know, fortunately now I have someone that loves me enough that they would be there every step of the way. You know, they went home and they know the anxieties of what it's like with all that movement going on out there. He told me about how he felt and how he felt like people looking at him when he in the store. Just the anxiety of running to go to get what he wants and running back out. You know, that's what I miss the most. Just being in a grocery store. Like, I miss the smell. I miss the sliding doors. Before you walk into the door slide open and that cool air blow out in your face, and you just smell the smell of a grocery store. And you hear the people in the cart, the kids laughing, the mama yelling, the clerk ringing stuff up. You hear the intercom price check spill on aisle 9. So I just miss all that. But when he told me how he felt when he went in there, and he only done a couple years, I wonder how I feel after being down 13. You know, God will, I get out soon. But how would I feel? Would I be institutionalized? Would I have thoughts of coming back to prison just so I can live the rest of my life, not looking over my shoulder or feeling scared, letting the pressure get to me? So sometimes they sentence us to these years, and that's supposed to be our punishment. But the punishment goes on because just like war, you get PTSD. You know, I know for a time, I had a guy, man, throw boiling water on me, get his second-degree burn in my face. And for a long time after that, it was hard for me to allow people to walk behind me without me jumping or turning around to see what they was doing. You know, thank God I got over that, and that's not something that I take out there with me down. But sometimes that punishment goes on, and you gotta live with it for the rest of your life. You come to prison for a couple of years, but the experience that you have with here can be stuck with you for a long time. Sometimes you come in here, you get stuck on high levels, and you gotta become a savage. You gotta become an animal to survive, and you take them animal characteristics out there with you on the street. In the world, someone look at you wrong or bump into you, and you react the way you would in prison. So that you would, in prison, you would react so that you can keep your respect, or you could be a man, but you accidentally take that mentality out there with you, and you end up back in prison because you never dealt with the psychological issues that you developed while you was in here. It's real, man. It really is. It really is. When I first came down to lowland to this lower level prison, man, I stayed in my cell for a while. The man came and got me on my cell. Like, he was like, man, Cam, come out the cell, bro. He was like, man, you been here? I ain't seen you. I only went to into the shower. But I came out the cell that night, and I stood at the bottom of the steps. I went out the cell 20 minutes. And a guy, little young guy, he was staring at me, and I just snapped. And I'm like, what the hell are you looking at me for, huh? And I'm like, you trying to fight or something? And the brother in the pod, the one that came and got me out the cell, and another brother, they ran over there like, nah, bro, chill. It ain't like that over here. We do it different in here. And that made me realize there, like, man, I got to sit there and analyze who am I now? What did prison do to me? What did them higher level prison do to me? I can't be when I was a kid, so my mind developed as a prisoner. I had to learn how to be not a man, but a prisoner, a convict. But I was only a child, you know. And by the grace of God, man, He placed people in my life to help me realize that and break that mold and break that mentality. And now I help others break that mentality. I help young guys that come in here. I talk to them. I remember one guy I met in the hole here, and since he's been in here, I talked to him, and I told him in the hole, I said, bro, remember this, as long as the more you get into your time, the easier, the better things going to get for you. It's going to come together. Right now, it looks bad. And he told me a couple of days ago, he was like, Cam, what you told me is true, man. Things coming together for me. My dad sending me a little bit more money. My mom picking up the phone a little bit more. His mama told him, don't call home once. I heard him in the home tell his mama, hey, Mom, I know you told me don't call, but I just want to talk to you. That's painful, man. My mother to tell it, for me just to hear that, that's painful. But these are things we deal with here, and that has an effect on you. And it makes you become institutionalized. You depend on yourself for survival at any means necessary. Rather, you got to take it or do something that you probably wouldn't never thought about doing. You know? Some people change their whole identity, man, just so that they can survive in prison. They adapt their character. It can be a sick world, man. It really can be, man. Hey, man. Again, man, thank y'all for listening, man, taking the time out today, man, to hear what it is on the inside. Live from the inside, man. It really is. It's another world in here, man. Hey, man, please subscribe if you want to hear more, or you can just tune in and listen, whatever you get a chance, man. This Cam with Nsight from the inside, live from the inside. Peace.